This is IMT News.
देखती आंखों सुनते कानों, आपको रक्षंदा जाहिद का सलाम। आप देख रहे हैं IMT न्यूज। आज हमारे साथ श्रीलंका से ज्वाइन किया है रुकैया शिराज यूनुस ने। माशाल्लाह, शी इज द हेड ऑफ लेडीज विंग ग्लोबल मेमन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन and she has done her education from UK. So let's talk to Ruqaiyah. Assalamu alaikum, Ruqaiyah.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me here. It's really an honor.
First, I would like to about your education, your career.
So, sure. I studied in the UK at University College London, where I studied experimental linguistics. And there I also served as a youth ambassador for War Child UK. When I returned to Sri Lanka in 2021, I started working for the United Nations, and I currently work as a program assistant for the Sustainable Development Goal Fund at the Resident Coordinator's Office in Sri Lanka.
Okay, mashallah, so proud of you, Ruqaiyah, as you are working with UN and your designation in so young age. What is your experience?
My experience working in Sri Lanka has been great, especially within the last year, knowing that the economic crisis, that Sri Lanka was hit with the economic crisis, and that we were engaging with the most vulnerable people, especially with the humanitarian needs and priorities plan. And also the fact that we were able to help so many people in a dire time of need. It was really an amazing experience to be able to help everyone. But at the same time, I really felt like I learned a lot, especially in the peace building landscape, knowing that I had previously worked in this area as a youth ambassador for War Child UK, working with children affected by conflict as well.
So, Ruqaiyah, as previously you were working with the Youth Ambassador War Child in UK. So, what about that?
So, what we did at War Child, we were trying to advocate for the rights of children affected by conflict, ensuring the ending of recruitment of child soldiers, but at the same time helping people understand the importance of providing mental health and psychosocial support, especially to the youth who are really affected by conflict. I also took part in the mental health and psychosocial support conference that was held in Amsterdam, and it also contributed to the policy level decisions that were made at the meeting afterwards, organized by the Foreign Ministry, Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Netherlands as well. I also spoke to the Minister of International Development of the UK to end the recruitment of child soldiers on Red Hand Day.
So, as Ruqaiyah, you belong to Sri Lanka. How many languages do you know?
I speak 6 languages. So, obviously, my mother tongue is Memon. I speak English fluently. I can speak and understand Sinhala and Tamil. I can understand Urdu, although I'm not able to speak in it fluently. I speak Korean, and I learned French up to A-level in high school, and I'm currently learning Mandarin and Japanese.
You are very fond of learn languages, huh?
Yes, it is one of my favorite hobbies.
So, Ruqaiyah, how does your background in linguistics relate to your work in advocacy and with the UN in Sri Lanka?
As you know, linguistics is the scientific study of language, and knowing that Sri Lanka is a multicultural country which has 2 official languages, both Sinhala and Tamil, it is important that you understand languages as a measure of social cohesion between the different ethnicities and ethnic groups. And the only way to do that, and linguistics actually provides a great background in order to bridge that gap, especially when it comes to the official languages policy, in the peace building lens, and using language as a bridge between communities.
So, have you ever visited another Muslim country like Pakistan or Turkey? And how many countries have you visited?
I have been to Saudi Arabia, where I went for Umrah once when I was really young. I had also been to the UAE. I've visited Dubai, where I have cousins. Other than that, Malaysia has a strong Muslim population as well. I've been to Malaysia. So that has been great. I have not yet visited Pakistan, but if I do get the opportunity, I would love to visit.
So which country do you like most? You have visited so many countries.
From the countries that I have visited so far, I think I really enjoyed my time studying in the UK, and it would be great to go back. Yeah.
So what do you think about the differences between culture, UK and Sri Lanka or another Muslim country?
When it comes to culture, I think Sri Lanka is a pretty multicultural country, where I think that the majority Buddhist population, that we try to promote coexistence between the communities, so the majority Buddhist as well as the minority Tamils and Muslims. And it is really heartwarming, especially I think it was last year or this year, where Eid and Sinhala and Tamil New Year fell on the same, or was it Ramadan? They fell on the same day. So you saw all three communities coming together, sharing food and sharing their experiences. And to me, that is one of the most important things where you can live and exist together in harmony and respect different cultures. Also studying in London, where there were just so many different people from so many different countries, it was really nice to be able to learn from people that you met, and to understand that there are different people who have different values, and you need to be able to respect each other and learn from each other.
And what about food?
Oh, definitely.
Which kind of food do you like?
Oh, I love all cuisines. I love Indian food, I love Pakistani food, I love Sri Lankan food, I love East Asian food when it comes to either Chinese, Japanese, or Korean. I think I wouldn't call myself a foodie because I'm a very picky eater, but I would like to try new cuisines.
Good. So, Ruqaiyah, what about your future plans?
My future plans, I would definitely like to continue working in this area of international development. I would like to continue social work. I would like to continue working in charity. I think this has been a really big part of my childhood as well, where we always give, and as Muslims we give, and that is a strong part of our culture. And I feel like that has kind of driven me to work in the humanitarian field, where I can help people and make a direct impact on people. And that is why I think an organization like GMO, where the Global Memon Organization is actually helping people, helping children access digital technology, where the world is rapidly changing, and especially in Sri Lanka, where the whole population does not have access to all the digital devices. Especially with COVID, it was children that could not seamlessly transition into online education because they simply did not have the resources to access these. So a lot of children fell back in their schooling, lost a year of high school or middle school or even kindergarten. And that was because they did not have access to digital resources. And I think the work that our charity would be doing would be helping these children and bridging that gap.
So, Ruqaiyah, what do you think about the IT or AI education? Is this the future of children, or they can't learn or any other field?
I definitely think that we need to be adaptable, and considering how the world is changing and how we are moving towards a more digitalized world and everyone is moving into digitalization, it is very important to equip our children to understand that this is the new world and how it goes. It doesn't mean that we only push children towards IT. IT does not exist only in the IT field. It also exists in medicine. It exists in engineering. It exists in teaching. It engulfs kind of the whole the world that we live in right now. So without technology, we cannot really move forward. So we need to be able to adapt, and we need to learn and grow with the technology. And I believe helping children and guiding them is very important.
So being of Ladies Wing, Global Memon Organization, what do you think, what can you do for this organization? Because I think you were previously, as you were the youth ambassador of war child?
Yeah, definitely. Something that I think is really important is the education of women, of girls. Sometimes we as a community often have to make the difficult choice as young girls, whether it's either education or marriage. That should not be the case. It should be that education is a right. It's a human right, and all children need to have access to education. And what I want to do for the women's wing is ensure that every single girl has access to education and that every single girl graduates at least high school. Even if she can't continue her education to like a university degree, maybe at least diploma or something else where she can be financially independent. And that is something that I would like to encourage within our communities, where we make girl children financially independent, financially literate, and also digitally literate.
What is the strength in Sri Lanka, the Memon community? I'm talking about women community.
Well, women actually make up 52% of the population, which means that we are actually more than even half the population, which means that we have power in numbers. But if you go to the places where decisions are being made, there's only one woman in cabinet at the moment. There's no women in politics. There's no women political representation or participation, which is actually really sad. So that is something that we need to change. We need to ensure that more women are involved in these processes, that women are involved in decision making, and they are not just there to listen. And women should be empowered to be able to make these decisions. And I think that in Sri Lanka, this is quite important. So I would like to encourage fellow women, give them and make the space for them to be able to voice their opinions, a safe space where they can be heard.
Thank you, Ruqaiyah, being with IMT News. So nice of you. Inshallah, may God fulfill your dreams, your goals. हमारी दुआएं आपके साथ हैं. Many thanks with the part of IMT News and from our team. I would like to say Allah Hafiz.
Right. Jazakallah. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and once again, it's a real honor to be to be a part of the ladies' wing of the Global Memon Organization. Thank you so much. I wanted to thank Mr. Anis for actually giving me this opportunity, and obviously our dear Umar Uncle, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity, and also my father, Shiraz Yunus, who is also part of this organization. I hope we can really make a difference, and it is, once again, it is definitely an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruqaiyah. God bless you. Allah Hafiz. आप देख रहे थे IMT न्यूज, और आज हमारे साथ थी श्रीलंका से रुकैया शिराज. आज की अच्छी बात, बी लाइक अ कैंडल which burns itself but gives the light to others. Allah Hafiz.
रक्षंदा जाहिद, IMT न्यूज, लंदन.